Um, my name is Pooja Hall. I'm a psychotherapist specializing in addiction, mostly sexual addiction and sexual compulsive behavior. It's just like alcohol or drugs. People become dependent, people become hooked. Their drug of choice is sexual acting out, that's the difference. But it's just what we call the drug of choice changes, but the addiction is the same. What is addiction? Addiction is that we seek a high. We get preoccupied, we think about it all the time, we want to catch that high, we usually escalate, it's escalating, we feel controlled by it, we can't get a handle on it, we try to sometimes stop it and say, okay, well that's the last time, that's the end of that, just to find ourselves going back to whatever we do, either prostitutes or whatnot. And what you do, you chase a high. That is, so that kind of chasing of the high is a dependency. It doesn't matter if it's alcohol or drugs. In this instance, it's maybe the high of through the sex, or the chasing, or the intrigue. But what you're seeking is the high, and that is the same. First, I want to talk about this devastating effect of sexual addiction. You know, people, you're laughing, but you know, if people struggle from it, then it becomes a lie, one lie after the next, and people start having, I have people walking my door and they have suicidal thoughts because they feel badly about what they keep on doing. They have sworn a million times to themselves they're not doing it anymore. They say, I'm done with it, I'm not going to one more prostitute, I'm not going to one more strip joint, I've had it with the porn, and just to find themselves 5 days later, 1 day later, 1 week later, to do the same thing again. That's what we call addiction. If you try to control it, but ultimately you're powerless over it. That is addiction, and it doesn't matter if it's alcohol or sex. And it takes away from your family life, it takes away from work, it takes away from spending time with your kids. That's what addiction does to people. Usually people suffer, their self-esteem suffers. And so when that happens, people get very isolated, people withdraw. But we do know it destroys relationships, it destroys marriages, it destroys careers, and it destroys lives.